I recently noticed that some of the LED bulbs that I had replaced the incandescents in my car had started flickering after they'd been on for a while, and I was wondering if that's a problem with the vehicle or if that's a problem with the LED bulbs. If you'll excuse the low exposure here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. But this is one of the bulbs, and I have it hooked up here at about 12.5 volts. Should be close to what a car is. Car should be flat 12, but obviously there's going to be a little ripple from the alternator. And we'll leave that alone and see if we can't get it to reproduce the behavior. If worse comes to worse, we'll up the voltage. But for now, let's turn the exposure back up and keep an eye on it. Alright, there's normal exposure. Hope everyone likes the new work mat. I kind of enjoy this. It's actually a cutting mat for crafts, but I think it'll do pretty well for this. It's got nice measurements, things like that, so it'll be pretty good. But basically, these are the bulbs that we're dealing with. Now, they appear to just be multiple LEDs within one chip. I think there's 3 per. Let's actually see if we can't take the exposure back down and take a really close look at one. I don't know if we'll be able to see this or not. Let's try manual focus on this guy. It's going to be a little too difficult. The exposure's still a little too high, but that's alright. But from what I can tell by examining them, it is actually 3 little chip-on-blob type things. And they're pretty bright. I mean, you can see here they've got quite a bit of luminescence, but again, it seems like they were flickering, and so I just ended up taking them all out. So I'm tempted to simply rip one of these little guys apart and see what's in here. Oh, yeah, I can see it flickering there a little bit. Because I'm wondering why these are so terrible. So let's pop one of these apart if we can. Now it should just be a matter of straightening out these prongs and probably pulling them right out. Let's try it. So let's just kind of slide right out. There we go. Okay. Now, if we look here on these little guys, I don't see, unless it's internal, I don't see any kind of resistors on there. It seems to be a bit of a problem. Let me zoom in a little bit here if I can. This might get a little bit grainy. Yeah, I don't see any resistors at all. And they don't get that hot. I mean, I wouldn't say that's obviously too hot to touch, so that's not too terrible. But, yeah, I don't see any resistors or anything, but we might have to take this a little bit further. In fact, we might have to desolder this. So, hold on. Let's heat up the iron. Let's see if we can't get at the inside of this guy. Hopefully we can just desolder these wires and get to the inside of it. I'm not so sure we can. We'll try. Wow, that's really not focusing well at all, is it? Let's try this again. There you go. But yeah, I don't see any kind of internal resistors or anything. So, not sure what's going on. It's very strange. By the way, I'm going to apologize for the background noise if it shows up on this. We live pretty near the airport here, and I've got the workshop door open, so everything flying overhead is kind of making noise. Alright, iron should be hot, so let's try not to stab ourselves too badly. Let's see what holds these on. They just... Well, those leads certainly go in further than they look. Okay, that's fine. Let's try this. Let's try holding it by the leads. Let's see if we can't like desolder an individual section here. Or even better, let's see if we can't pop the top off this guy. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. Got the top. Okay, so we got the top off. Let's pull the other guy. There we go. Okay. Aha! There we go. don't know if you can see that. Oh, we forgot to manually focus this again. Looks like inside there is a single resistor. What is that? Okay, it looks kind of chintzy. Okay, it looks really chintzy, in fact. Okay, yeah, that's not terrific. So that may be the entire reason these things are terrible. Yeah, so what it looks like happens is the lead wires here come up into here, go onto resistor, and then after that, they are leading to, I will friend the board here, which then has 4 connecting pads that go off to all the other little LEDs. But overall, it's one current limiting resistor holding the whole thing together, and wow, this solder job is absolute garbage. Look at that. Oh, wow. Okay, well. There's your single resistor that's in there, so that's kind of a piece of crap. That's terrific, and obviously that snapped right off. So, kind of starting to see why these are so terrible. So, yeah, well, individual little LEDs. Should we see how fast they blow to hell without without any kind of resistor on there? I'm gonna guess pretty quick. No, not as fast as I thought. Oh, well, I'm vaguely surprised. That usually would have died by now with no resistor on it at all. So that's not the worst LED I've ever seen. But oh, ow, whew, it's hot though. It's very, very hot. Yeah, I imagine that's gonna die pretty fast, but maybe not. But no point in killing it. It's already been disassembled, so that's done. Oddly enough, the ones I got for replacements I like quite a bit better in design. These little guys. They're not a lot different, but it's kind of got some nice design features. So I've noticed that it has LEDs, both top and bottom, and polarity doesn't seem to matter at all. You'll notice I can hook it up. So positive there, negative there. Okay. Reverse that. And still works. So polarity doesn't seem to affect these. Also nice, I like the fact that they've got conductive copper pitch along the sides, both sides, and not one resistor, but multiple resistors that allows it to act like a normal incandescent bulb to the CAN system, just in case you have a car that senses that, and one big resistor. But I seem to like these a lot better. Still testing them, but these seem to work significantly better than these stupid things. So I would suggest no one buy. Don't buy these. Buy these.